We're going to kick things off with the head softball coach at the University of Alabama, Patrick Murphy. Good morning, Coach.
Hey, Gary, how's it going?
Going well. Hey, listen, time flies, and this season has just literally flown by. It's hard to believe we're into the final weekend, and technically at 14-7, Florida 17-4. You've got a series victory over them. You're still alive for part of the share of the SEC championship, but with them playing Arkansas, I don't know how realistic that is. But you've got your hands full with Georgia, and I know that's where your focus is at.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's been one heck of a good ride. We've won, 6 of the 7 series
right
that we played. I think the team's playing better and better. Offensively, we didn't do like we wanted to do at South Carolina. But I think a lot of people are in a good place. And like you said, Georgia's going to be a very good team. We always have a good battle with them. They've got 6 seniors on their roster, so this is it for them. So it's going to be, again, a challenging end to an SEC season.
Well, you look at the conference, it's incredibly strong from top to bottom. 3 SEC softball teams ranked by the NCAA committee. Alabama's number 5, Auburn at number 4. Florida leads the way, of course, at number 1. And I know that, you got to get through the SEC tournament and so forth. But clearly Alabama is positioned to be one of those top 8 national seeds, and that's always your goal going in, I know.
Yep, and, it starts with the schedule. And then the next thing is it's all about the players. And they have to do some things in order for us to be in the top 8. And they did a bunch of good things this year and really helped solidify, we played a tough schedule, but then you got to beat some of those teams. If you just play a tough schedule and lose all of them, you're not going to be hosting. So they did what they were supposed to do on the field. They've been very consistent. Obviously, when you win 6 out of 7 series, that's pretty consistent. And our pitching staff, I can't say enough about them. They've been just really, really good. They've kept us in a lot of games. And this Georgia team, I think they're hitting like 368. So it's going to be a really big challenge to see some of their hitters.
We're talking with Patrick Murphy, head softball coach at the University of Alabama. You can follow Coach Murphy on Twitter if you want to keep up with the latest on the Tide softball team through him at UA Coach Murphy. So you can follow him there. And, of course, Alabama has an official softball Twitter site as well. And, of course, go to rolltide.com for the latest information, too. This league, as I was saying, is just so good. And it's evidenced by what we've seen play out, not just within conference play, but when, Florida sweeps Florida State in the series. Your non-conference record is unbelievable. But within the league, Auburn had just been on a power surge like we've probably never seen in the SEC. And we know Tennessee's a good team, and you beat them in a non-conference game earlier this year. But Auburn goes into Knoxville, and Clint Myers is probably happy that third game got rained out because they got run ruled 10-2 and 12-1. What do you make of that series?
You never know. We watched some of it on the bus on the way home from South Carolina. And it was, we've been there at A&M where everything goes wrong for us and everything went right for them. But to see it happen in 2 straight games, that was surprising. And we know Tennessee's a good hitting team. But, they did everything right. They hit all the corners against Auburn. And then on the other side of it, they hit every hitter's pitch that Auburn threw up there. So, I don't know. It was, for this late in the year, obviously you don't want to see that as a coach, but I'm sure they'll regroup and they'll be back to normal probably this weekend. Sometimes it just hits you in the wrong way and the wrong time. Speaking of Twitter, I just got on this morning. I don't know if you saw Monica Abbott, who was the big lefty from Tennessee.
Right.
She just signed a $1 million deal for the Scrapyard Dogs out of Houston. It's the new franchise team in the pro softball.
I did not see that. The first $1 million softball player.
Yep, and that's the largest contract ever for a women's professional athlete. So history in the making this morning.
Boy, that is. I'm glad you passed that along, Murph. And I tell you what, top tier softball players around the country, their ears just perked up on that news.
Oh yeah, and hopefully, all of our Alabama fans and softball fans will get to see her in August at
Right.
the Pro Championship Series. Obviously, her team's got to qualify, but they just got a huge boost in getting her.
Oh, that's unbelievable. Well, good for her and good for the sport. It just continues to grow. And the first $1 million contract, but I got a feeling it's not going to be the last. Murph, let's talk more about this Georgia team. They're like a lot of these SEC teams, kind of in the middle of the pack, but really good. 39-14 overall, 11-10 in the SEC. I haven't watched them much this year, and I know in the past they've just always been big, strong, powerful, hit a lot of home runs, real aggressive, a lot of swagger with their team. What have you seen from Georgia this year, and what concerns you most about their club coming in here this weekend?
Well, all of those things that you just said, it's a little different look. Their 1, 2, and 9 hitters are all slappers that are very fast. So really you could say 3 in a row, so 9, 1, 2. And all 3 are hitting about 450. And they're very, very quick. They don't swing for the fence. They're soft slappers. They get a good bounce and they try to beat it out. But after that, you've got one of the best power hitters in college softball, and Alex Hugo, who plays second base for him. She got drafted. She's going to play in the Pro League. She's having a little bit down year power numbers, but she's still a huge threat in their lineup. Then you have a first baseman who has 17 home runs. She's a legit power threat. The 5-hole has, I think, 13 home runs, and then it just kind of goes from there. So 1, 2, and 9 are very fast lefties, and then the other 6 can all hit a home run at any time. And they've got 2 good pitchers. One's a senior, Chelsea Wilkinson. She's got a lot of spin. She's not going to really overpower you, but she's got nasty spin, rise ball, change up, a little screwball. And then their second kid is more of a power pitcher. She kind of reminds me of Jackie Traynor, where she's got a good drop ball, throws a really hard curve, and then throws a good changeup. She doesn't throw as hard as Jackie, but that's who I would compare her to, just like maybe 3 miles slower on her hardest pitch. So it's a complete different look when they bring in the other kid. So it's going to happen. And they've been doing that a lot this year, where they split games. So sometimes when they get a lead, they'll bring in the other kid that throws hard and try to save it with her. So we're going to have to make adjustments quickly.
You've really gotten into a good rhythm with your pitching staff with Lil John and Osorio. They complement each other. Both, have a little different strengths. You can start one and relieve with the other. I know going into the season, Osorio, you knew how good she was based on what she did last year. Lil John coming off the foot injury had been a little bit up and down, but she has just come into her own. Talk about those two, and I know there's some good pitchers around this league and around the country, but as a duo, you got to feel like you've got a couple that you can put up against anybody.
Oh, yeah, I definitely think so. And now this is one of the few years where we can say, okay, let's look at the other team. Who matches up better? And I think everybody on the team, the coaching staff, is completely confident with whoever we put out there. And, I think I talked to you about this another time, but sometimes you'll see a team play really well for one kid, and then they bring in the next kid, and everything kind of hits the fan. And it's not fair to the other kid, but for some reason the team doesn't play as strong behind the number 2 pitcher. But I think our team has not done that at all. Even when Maddie Moore pitches, I think we're a good team. So all 3 pitchers have had the support that they deserve, and there really isn't a downfall when somebody pitches and somebody doesn't. So I think that's going to really help us down the stretch, especially in postseason, because you're going to need. I know that we're going to need 2, 3 pitchers to win a regional, to win a super regional, and then get to the World Series.
Absolutely. One more thing I want to cover on this series before we get to Haley McClenny in the SEC tournament. This is the final chance to see Alabama this year, the final SEC series. It's at home Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 6:30 Friday night, 1 o'clock Sunday on Mother's Day. Great way to spend Mother's Day. Bring her out to the ballpark. But, Coach, I want you to make sure we stress to folks that that's an 11 a.m. game on Saturday, a little bit different. So it's a huge series, final chance to watch these girls at home in the regular season. And we're expecting, of course, to be back for regional, super regional, but kind of an odd start time there on Saturday.
Yeah, and it's, basically because of TV, because there's a doubleheader. Auburn and Texas A&M play after us. But this is a chance for, people that maybe haven't seen us. This is it. And, to send out our 4 seniors on a good note. Another thing that we're trying to do, and I don't think I told you this, but the goal for the year, me and Megan Hall, our marketing promotions person, and Beverly Wright Chandler, the goal is to average 3,000 fans a game. No, it's never been done in college softball.
Are you there?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
And we're I think we're averaging around 3,100. And this weekend could put us over the mark for sure. But we need to average over 3,000 in each game. And that 11 a.m. on Saturday, that's going to be a tough one for some people. But like you said, it's a big, big series. And hopefully we'll get over 3,000 people at each game.
You hear that, folks? Chance to make some history, and don't let the early start time. In fact, it can be an advantage. Get up on Saturday morning. It's going to be a beautiful weekend, too, Murphy. You got that going for you. Get up, go to the ballpark, enjoy the game early, then you have an afternoon to do whatever you want to do with your family. So,
or what you could do?
Yeah, go ahead.
Is come to softball, go eat lunch, and then go over watch Auburn and Alabama baseball.
Exactly. Make it a doubleheader. Outstanding idea. Well put. That's a perfect way to do it. Softball, lunch, and then Bama baseball versus Auburn. That's a really really good way to double those up. Make a day of it with the Alabama softball and baseball team. 6:30 Friday night, 11 a.m. Saturday morning, and 1 o'clock on Sunday afternoon. All right, Haley McClenny, I don't know what else we can say about her, but then she goes and wins the Boyd McWhirter award from the SEC, the H. Boyd McWhirter Award, which is the highest honor you can get as a student athlete. Men or women. I mean, I guess that's just the way to cap off an unbelievable career for her in the SEC.
I know, and it's, that's the toughest award to win, and it's the highest honor you can get as an SEC athlete. Every school nominates one female and one male.
Right.
So not only, all the quality, incredible female athletes in Alabama, then you got to beat all of the 13 schools who nominate the same type of kid. And then to choose the overall winners, I don't know how they do it. Because I've read some of the other kids when the other schools would say, here's our nominees. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, oh, my gosh, this kid is incredible. And almost every kid has a 4.0. They do all the community service. And then on the field or on the court, they're all very, very good. So it is just, we're really, really happy for Haley. She's a 4.0. She's going to graduate, actually, Saturday. She won't get to walk because the time we're playing, but it's just an incredible award for her and for Alabama, really.
It really is, and just wanted to make mention of that. Obviously, I've talked about it on television and the radio before, but wanted you to talk about it. What a incredible student athlete she's been. All right, you finish up on Sunday, and that's the beauty of sports. You turn around and you're right into the conference tournament beginning Wednesday in Starkville, and they've done a lot to their facility there to get in position to host this. And I guess outside of playing at home or maybe playing in Birmingham, it can't be a better venue for Alabama softball. I mean, it's an hour and 15, 20 minutes. So even though it's at Mississippi State, it's a chance for Alabama really to have a home field advantage in this tournament. We know how competitive it's going to be, but that could be a big edge for you guys, is just the proximity of having it in Starkville.
Oh, most definitely. It's an hour and 10-minute drive. And we won the SEC regular season championship over there maybe 2011, and we clinched it. And literally there was probably 900 Alabama fans and about 100 Mississippi State fans, and they did a really good job with it. But the only negative, it only seats like 1,000.
Right.
So
it was small.
Yeah, I mean, and even if Alabama fans bought 500 tickets, it is going to feel like a home game. So I hope that's the case. And you never know. We could we won't know who we play until the final game is played on Sunday because it's so close in terms of seeding.
Mm-hmm.
But hopefully we'll get a good game time. Hopefully we won't have to play at 11 in the morning because I know that our fans will show up. So hopefully we'll get to play at night.
Well, it's been another great regular season. It wraps up on Sunday, and then we get into Bama time, which is the postseason, and the Tide will start trying to make its run to Oklahoma City. Appreciate it, Coach, and look forward to talking to you again soon.
Hey, one other note.
Go ahead.
If we got time.
Sure.
The other day when they announced that Haley had won the McMortar, within 10 minutes I had a text message from Emil Salem, and I don't know if you'll remember him.
Great baseball player, yeah, center fielder for the Tide, yeah.
Yes, one of the most talented kids I've ever met, and he won it his senior year in 2007. Went to play some minor league baseball, and he just graduated from the Wharton School at the University of Pennsylvania, which is probably the top MBA program in the country. And he said, "Way to keep it in the family." So I thought that was really cool. He's just a good guy, and I think he was the last male athlete to win it for Alabama.
And it's a great example of how when somebody goes to school here, they continue to follow these other athletes and encourage them and keep them going. That is a neat story. That really is. Thank you so much, Murph.
Yeah, thanks for everything this season, Gary. You've been great.
Well, great having you on, and just love following this team and this program. It's been an unbelievable ride, and of course, we're hoping it wraps up again in Oklahoma City. Thank you, Coach.
Okay, thanks a lot.